Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. I'm having a good Wednesday. It's been a nice day. It's been sort of overcast and cloudy today. There's thunder and lightning, but no rain, which has been reported on the news because we don't get thunder and lightning up here very often. So when we do, it's newsworthy and everything. So I've been in the house today, just sort of chilling. I'm going to get to some writing and doing some other stuff. But I wanted to come and I wanted to talk to you about one and how's married life. And I've been doing this series for quite a while about how my married life is and kind of how general what's married life like, and stuff. Because I think for a bunch of people, they don't really know what married life is like. They're not married and stuff, and although there are differences between everybody's married life and how married life works for everybody, because you have to make those decisions according to you and your partner and stuff. There's stuff that you might have to come up against and stuff. And I like to give a little tips here and there about, hey, how you might want to handle those things and stuff if you actually come up against them. Some things to remember. And so today is one, and I'm going to talk about today how we as a family make it on one income, which I know most people think, oh my God, that must be really hard and almost impossible to do. But you know what? It actually isn't all that bad and stuff. What it takes really for you to be able to do that is some sacrifice and some prioritizing. Now, my husband and I are not rolling in the dough by any means at all. We are a middle income family and stuff. My husband is an engineer. He has a good job and he makes pretty good money. Like I say, we ain't rich. And tell you the truth, my thought of what rich people are is people that money works for them, not people that work for their money. Okay, and stuff. But we're not rich by any means and stuff. But since I have a chronic disease, and at this point, I'm trying to do some things to get my diabetes under better control, then maybe I can go back to work full time or part time. Now, I have worked part time pretty much our whole marriage, and not long part time, not like 20 hours, anything like that. I've just worked a few hours here and there and stuff. So usually I'd bring in some money to the household, but it wasn't even enough money to even throw into the pot to call a part of the budget. Usually that was left. My husband just left that for me. He was like, that's your money. You take it, you do whatever with it and stuff. And I say this all the time too. Ladies, even if you don't ever do anything, even if you marry some man and he just like, I don't want you to ever work, never. I want you to be home and raise kids, and that's what you want. You want to be a stay-at-home mom and all this stuff. I really do think that even if you do, even if that's the way it goes, he still would like to know that if he needed you to go back to work or if he needed something like that, he could have a partner that was willing and able to do that, and stuff. I have two college degrees. My husband's very happy I have two college degrees because, yeah, if at some point we decide, well, somebody needs to go back to work and it needs to be you, I can go back to work. But my husband has a really great career and a really good job, and the kind of career that, has no sort of down slump, not like most careers, and stuff. Engineers, usually, people are always looking for engineers. It's not like there's, a million engineers out there. And he has an engineering specialty that sort of keeps him in the running for many jobs all across the country. It's just that we don't want to move across the country at this point. Who knows though? But at this point, I'm not working. I'm just a stay-at-home wife and stuff, which I actually sort of enjoy. It's nice to be able to take care of myself, take care of my disease, make sure that I'm okay and stuff, and all in the midst of trying to get pregnant, which me being pregnant will really be a full-time job, and stuff, the way it's set out for someone with type diabetes and pregnancy. It will be a full-time job. So, there will probably be no going back to work if I get pregnant anytime soon and stuff. But let me tell you how we do this. Okay, we live on a budget And it's not this tight budget. It's not this inflexible budget. It's a standard good budget. My husband budgets everything. He's a good person with numbers. I have access to any part of the budget. It's not like he keeps that budget to himself. It's not like he keeps money stuff to himself. I don't believe in that. And personally, I wouldn't do that with anybody and wouldn't recommend any woman do that with any man, that he keeps any money secrets from you. Any secrets about budgeting, any secrets about bills, any secrets about how they're paid, any secrets about checking accounts and all that sort of stuff. I don't like people that keep money secrets. I don't even care if you two work two jobs and you have a separate account where you keep money yourself. Do not keep money secrets from your spouse. There is something really untrustworthy about a spouse that will keep money secrets or hide money from another spouse. That's something's weird about that. Okay, it's fine. A lot of people say women should have their own money and all that stuff, or money that they're keeping for themselves. Fine. I don't even have no problem with people saying that. That's probably a good idea for many people, but I would not do that as a secret. If you can't trust him enough to tell him, hey, listen, I have a separate account outside of this account, you got some problems, okay? And like I say, unknown for money or anything else. So we keep two accounts. I have an account. He has an account. We have a combination account. We can swap between all those accounts as many times as we like. We can exchange between all of those accounts as many times as we want to and stuff. My name's on his account. His name's on my account. We still have our own accounts. It's just the way we do it. I don't like money secrets. I had a marriage with money secrets. That's the worst thing ever, ever. It's like the worst, okay, and stuff. And I vowed that I wouldn't do that again. And this has been working out actually really well. So we keep a budget. He does the budget. There are bills that I pay, and there are bills that he pays and stuff, and we have a kind of a set of bills and stuff. There are certain bills that I keep a hold of and stuff. And although, like I say, I don't work, there are bills that I'm assigned to pay, because in that aspects, my mind works a little bit better than his. Although he makes money, I'm really good at keeping up with things and keeping stuff organized. So there are stuff that I pay. I pay rent. I pay apartment, homeowners, like apartment insurance and all that sort of stuff. I pay that stuff. We pay car notes and all this stuff. Now we have two cars. One car is a car that's being bought, and one car is a car that is being leased, because one car doesn't drive many places, and a lease was a much better option than trying to buy a car outright and stuff. So we get all these bills paid. I know it's paid. We budget for everything. We budget for everything. We budget for entertainment. We budget if we're going to have some clothes. We budget for food. We budget for everything. Everything is budgeted. And I think that's a good idea too. If you're living on one income, even if you're living on two, that you budget for everything. We don't use credit. I don't like credit. And I know in this country, everybody wants you to have some credit so they can have you attached to some sort of debt. I'm really careful about what credit I'm attached to. We have two cars. That to me is good enough, for rebuilding, for building or rebuilding credit and stuff. I'm not a person that's big on revolving accounts, unless of course it's a gas card or something like that. But credit cards from stores and all that stuff, no, I'm not big on that sort of stuff. We have an emergency fund, so if we have an emergency, we always have some money, stashed away and stuff like that for any sort of emergency and stuff. But we also have a lot of disposable income. We have a significant amount of disposable income also. And that's a good thing, and stuff. I don't really know what to say if you're living below or maybe at the poverty level. It's if you're one income in a house of two people at the poverty level, even if you're two incomes, in a house of people at the that's probably gonna be tough, and stuff. I can't really talk about that, and stuff, because I can say when I struggled with money with my ex, and we weren't certainly or weren't at the level of money that my husband and I are now, but we weren't at the poverty level either and stuff. And we struggled, and it was really stressful. And we had a lot of problems in that marriage regarding money. But there are other problems too. There are like money trust problems. There's lots of problems there and stuff that I think went outside of people maybe not making a lot of money. Okay. So we do that. We make sure everything is paid. We make sure we tell each other what it is that the other one is buying and stuff. Sometimes we get a little mixed up, and sometimes we forget to tell people. If we buy anything huge, because I don't kind of tell them if I'm going to Target to buy some stuff to clean the bathroom, stuff like that. That's sort of silly and stuff. But if we buy anything huge, say I'm going to Nordstrom's and I really want a pair of $100 shoes, which sometimes I do. If we buy anything huge, we have to tell one another. We just cannot do that. And it's nice because sometimes the other one can sort of give us a sense or a moment of clarity about buying something just because you kind of want it. You're just like, oh man, that would be so great to have and stuff. And then buying it, the other one of us can say, we wore, or, this is, and so it just gives us a moment, a sense of clarity. And I think that's also just being responsible and accountable to your husband and wife. We don't buy stuff in secret. We don't do stuff in secret. I don't. And once again, I do not like money secrets. You talk about having a marriage that will be, destroyed and will have a lot of drama and problems and fighting and fussing. Try keeping money secrets, okay? And stuff. It will be a disaster. So it's best that you know what's going on. And actually, we kind of go out, but we don't go out a lot. We just go out on the weekends and stuff. And we have a lot of fun going out on the weekends and stuff. Many times we take day trips, and on those trips we usually take picnics and all sorts of stuff like that. Maybe we stop at a place to have a beer. We try to hit places like at happy hour and stuff like that. We usually try to go out like that. We're not big spenders by any means necessary and stuff, but we are people that like to have a good time and enjoy ourselves and stuff. We don't have huge, big vacations every year, and that's something I think people have to really understand. If you're first married and stuff, you really may have to understand that you can't do that every year, and stuff. And you certainly can't do that if you're trying to do it on one income, unless somebody is independently wealthy. Y'all have a good time. Okay, and stuff, but you can't do that every year. It doesn't really bother me. If we want to take a big vacation, it's something that we usually try to save up for. Maybe we take part of the money we get back for taxes, and we use that for something like that or something. But this doesn't really bother me. We're coming up on our second wedding anniversary in what? Well, tomorrow is August, so September and stuff. And it won't be a big celebration for the wedding anniversary, and we won't be giving big presents. It's just the second wedding anniversary, so it's not as big of a deal as the first one, which we certainly enjoyed and stuff. We may take a trip, but then again, we may not and stuff. You have to figure out what the budget is, and you have to keep that thing flexible, and you have to make sure that if you're going to do this one income thing, that you do it on a budget. Now, like I say, at some point I may go back to work. I may go back to work part-time. I may go back to work full-time. At this point, that's probably not anytime soon that that's going to happen. But we can and do live pretty well on one income in this house and stuff. How do you get stuff that you want? If there's stuff that either of us wants or desires to have, usually that means we have to wait and we have to be patient. We have to make sure that we have priorities in this household and stuff. You can't get everything that you want, and stuff. And like I say, we have to wait. We have to sometimes be patient. We have to sometimes make sacrifices. And there's some stuff that you just can't get. It's not like we're not able to pay all the bills in the house and stuff. It's just sometimes you may want something really big or, and stuff. My husband wants his TV blew out and he wants a new TV, a new 50-inch or bigger screen TV. Now, we already had a big screen TV. It's a 40 something inch TV and stuff, which we've now, the other one blew out. We brought that one from upstairs and put it downstairs and stuff. And we are watching that until we get to the point where we've saved enough money and then he can buy the big TV he wants. He wants a TV. I don't really mind him wanting a TV. You just can't run out and buy, a $700 TV, and stuff. So some things we have to save towards, and stuff. I have no plans to buy a home. I'm not that sort of person. If you want to do that, personally, I wouldn't do it on one income. That would usually means a 2-income household. Unless, of course, like I say, you have this really independently wealthy spouse and stuff, but that's usually a 2-income sort of thing and stuff. So we don't really desire to have a house. I'm not dying to have a house. From what I see, all the older folks I see that have houses, they're still paying for them. And I would think, geez, hasn't the 30 years passed by yet? Aren't those houses paid off by now? But I swear, I only know of one older retired couples whose house is paid off. Everybody else is still paying for their house because they refinanced it or a second mortgage or they bought another house that, is under a 30-year mortgage. So it's like it's a never-ending cycle. So I thought, well, no, that's just, the thought is to buy this thing, at some point it's supposed to be paid off, isn't it? And I'm not supposed to be working until I'm 100 trying to pay it off. So we're not in any rush to buy a house. I certainly love my townhome. The rent's nice, cheap. I don't have to fix nothing and stuff. We're very happy. It's just me and Mr. Berg. If there's a baby Berg at some point, we may think about buying a house and stuff. But right now, we cool and stuff. I live in a nice community, a nice neighborhood and stuff. And, I like where I live and everything and stuff. And it's reasonable and it's a nice place. So we stay here and we're real happy, and stuff being where we are because we keep those bills under control. You can't live beyond your means. That's one of the number one tips I have for anybody. Do not try to live beyond your means. Listen, you may have friends that may be rolling in dough, and then again, they may not. They may be struggling too, but they may just be fronting and stuff. But you may have friends that are rolling in dough, that are going out doing this, buying that, and all that stuff. My definition of success is my definition of success. We have our own definition of what we feel like success is. I don't live by anybody else's definition of success. Neither should you. If having an apartment, and renting an apartment, a studio somewhere in the city where you can be close to all the action is success to you and not having a car, hey, you're successful, okay? And having an okay job and, and stuff, or if living in the suburbs, whatever. But as long as you can afford it and you're not struggling to try to live beyond your means. Define success for yourself. Success to me, yes, is being able to pay my bills, put a little money to the side. Hey, have vacation every once in a while and be at peace and not be up tossing and turning all night while the bill collectors are calling me, and stuff about bills I ain't paid and stuff, So, I mean, it's not, that's just the definition of success for us and stuff. And so we feel like we're doing okay at this point in our lives and stuff. Who knows? Mr. Berg may get another job and stuff, and things may be different and, we may move or, a lot of things can possibly happen and stuff. But right now, I feel like we're successful. We're okay. I'm not asking anybody for money because personally, I don't believe in asking people for money. I am not that person. I know a lot of people, adult people, ask moms and dads for money. first of all, my mom would even have the money to give. But secondly, I don't ask parents for money. I don't believe in doing that, because the thing about asking people for money is that as soon as you ask them, then they want to try to tell you what to do, and then they want to try to control you. So no, please keep your money, okay, and stuff. And that if we're, if we've overspent or something, then we just have to figure out how to deal with it, how not to make that error again and stuff. If that happens, because it happens sometimes, you're like, uh-oh, that's just time to sit down, have a talk, build another strategy so you don't end up doing that again. Biggest thing about money, whether it's living on one income or living on two incomes, is that you don't keep money secrets. You make sure you have priorities. You make sure that, yeah, you're okay with sacrificing some stuff. You talk and communicate about what's going on regarding money, and you strategize about what's happening regarding money. It's okay, and stuff. You'll be okay. You guys will be fine if that's what you decided to do, is to live on one income. I think people think they'll die if they live on one income and stuff, but it's really not as horrible as I think some people think. You need to make sure you're doing all the stuff that you need to do to, you need to make sure you're doing all your stuff to need to do to be able to do that, and stuff. Like I say, who knows what may go on with us at some other point. But what's going on with us right now is right now. If this is working for us, when it's not working anymore, we'll figure out another strategy. And I say one income is nice. He goes to work. I stay home. I do all the home stuff, doesn't bother me. I do all the stuff at home, take care of all the business at home, do stuff around the house. I can take care of his business. I can take care of my business and stuff because I'm here during the day, which is great. It's really awesome. And make sure that I can take care of my health, which is really essential. So he'll have a wife that's around for a few more years, and stuff, and still in pretty good shape and in good health. That's important to me. I don't want to be a health burden on my husband, and stuff. So it's important to me that I take care of that stuff. So those are kind of my tips for what to do. And I hope they helped you, and stuff. I hope those things helped you. And, I'll be talking to you again. Next time, we'll be talking about making sure that you watch out for relationship haters. I know it's not fun and it's not nothing I want to talk about, but I want to talk about it, and I want to talk about it again. And we'll be starting a series pretty soon about boundaries in marriage. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.